All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. I'm your host, Queen AmadaiShakur, and this is your spiritual vitamin. So let's get ready to get into it. Okay. Shout out to all of my Stardusters in the chat. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please get those likes up. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the things that unsuccessful people do at the start of their day. And so if you're doing some of these things, whether you're successful or not, or whether you think you are or not, you should absolutely stop doing these things. Because if you are in fact successful, I assure you that none of these things are the cause. Okay, they're definitely not contributing to it. So please pay attention. And also, in case you forgot, today is the trivia because we didn't get to do it yesterday because I was so busy. All right, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now, first things first. And again, this is per psychologist, okay? 9 things unsuccessful people do at the start of every day. Now, mind you, there's a stark contrast between individuals who kickstart their day on a successful note and those who don't. And the difference is all about habits, okay? The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Okay, and unsuccessful people often start their day with certain habits that prevent them from reaching their full potential. Okay, they start off making excuses, complaining, whining, grumbling, and all of that. They continue to repeat these detrimental patterns, unknowingly setting themselves up for a day of low productivity. Okay, now, so we're going to get into some of the things that they do. And here's the thing. This is why I always tell you guys, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, okay, and constructive, but never destructive. All right? Because one of the things is that when you find out valuable information, you learn something new that's beneficial to you, but also you know it may benefit others around you, then you should share that information with them, because you can help people to be better versions of themselves. At the same time, you're learning to be a better version of yourself. Okay, that's what I do. At the end of the day, I always tell you there's always room for improvement. I'm trying to grow and evolve every day, and so should we all be. Okay? So the first thing is these people hit the snooze button. Now, if you hit the snooze button, that doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Sometimes you're just too tired. You may have stayed up late, had to work late. But some people constantly, every day, they're hitting the snooze button. They just don't want to get out of bed. You know what that says to me? If every day you're hitting the snooze button and every day you don't want to get up out of bed, that just shows a lack of motivation. Why do you want to lie in bed all day? Now, if you're lying in bed all day on a Saturday or Sunday when you don't have anything to do, like you don't have to go to work or anything, that's one thing. But if every day you dread getting out of bed because you don't want to go to work, you don't want to face the day, you don't want to deal with issues and things that you have to, work on, that's a lack of motivation. And every day we should be motivated. We should be inspired to do more and to do better than we did the day before. All right? So please pay attention. Now, we've all been there. The alarm goes off and we just want a few more minutes to sleep. But here's the catch. Unsuccessful people often start their day by hitting the snooze button repeatedly. They don't just hit it one time and get that extra 10 minutes. They'll hit it again and again, okay, until the last minute. And they may think this is a harmless habit, but it can actually set the tone for an unproductive and lethargic day ahead. Well, it boils down to sleep science. You see, by going back to sleep intermittently, you're disturbing your sleep cycle, leading to a state of grogginess that can last for hours. For example, how many of you, once in the chat, if you have ever slept for an extra long amount of time, like maybe you've slept 10 hours instead of 8. You just slept extra long, or you took a very long nap. And then have you ever done that and then you've waken up feeling tired, still feeling tired? How many have done that once in the chat? Take a nap, or you just sleep extra long and then you're still tired when you wake up and you're like, why am I still so tired? Because you're disrupting your sleep patterns and it leads to grogginess and you start feeling lethargic. That's why that happens. Okay, a few people saying once. I know that I've done it. All right, so this isn't just about waking up early. It's about waking up right. It's about starting your day with intentionality and purpose, not procrastination. And the second thing is they skip breakfast. Now, I must admit, I'm often guilty of this one. I get up and do the morning wake-up call, and I don't always have time to make breakfast. Sometimes I'll have a smoothie. I'll make myself a smoothie real quick, but at least that's something nutritious. But I don't always have time to fix breakfast because I'm starting a wake-up call, and I'm usually running late because I'm trying to gather all the receipts. But you should always have a good breakfast in the morning, at least a piece of fruit or something. And I've told you all this before. So in the hustle and bustle of an early morning, breakfast is usually the first thing to get you axed from the schedule, okay? Now, this psychologist says that they used to rush out the door with just a cup of coffee in their hand, thinking that it would suffice, but they were wrong. You see, unsuccessful people often overlook the importance of a good breakfast. It's not called the most important meal of the day for no reason. Skipping it can lead to a dip in energy levels, concentration, and as well as dips in concentration and productivity. And that's why I was telling you also, if you remember, when you're sending your kids and grandkids to school, it's very important that you give them something to eat before they go. Or if they're going to eat breakfast at school, that's good too. But specifically, if they're going to be taking a test or a quiz or something like that, it's also good to give them some grapes, specifically the green grapes, and a piece of peppermint, okay, because that stimulates the brain. Now, the third thing is they don't, hold on, I'm sorry, I skipped right over something, hold on. Now, they say that when they started taking time for a nutritious breakfast, they noticed a significant improvement in their performance throughout the day, saying that their energy levels were consistent and they were able to concentrate more so on tasks. Now, the third thing is They don't set clear goals for the day. You see, some people just get up and start the day and just go with the flow. But really, it's always good to plan ahead, to set goals. And we have short term goals and we have long term goals. But you should have a goal each day. What do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to do that's productive? And each day I try to do something productive. Okay. I'm not just talking about doing my videos online, but there's other things that I set for myself. And I say, okay, if I know I have, let's say if I have 10 things to do throughout the week, I'll say, okay, today I'm going to do these two. And then I make sure to do them. So set little small goals for yourself throughout the day and make sure you accomplish them. And that takes discipline. Now, they don't set clear goals for the day. Starting the day without clear goals is like setting out on a road trip without a map. You might end up somewhere, but is this the place you want to be? Unsuccessful people often dive into their day without a clear plan. They react to whatever comes their way rather than proactively shaping their day. On the contrary, research shows that people who set daily goals are more likely to feel a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Now, that's absolutely true. When you set a goal for yourself, you say, I'm going to finish this before the day is out, and then you actually do it, you feel good, you feel relieved. And then that makes you feel like it's easier to do the same thing tomorrow with a different set of goals. Okay? Not only do they tend to be more productive, but they also report lower levels of stress and anxiety. So try to make it a habit to set your intentions for the day each morning. It could be as simple as writing down 3 things that you want to accomplish. Now, this small practice can significantly improve your productivity and overall sense of well-being. And the 4th thing is they check their phones immediately. Now, I know a lot of people do this. First thing you do, I used to do it too. The first thing I would do in the morning is roll over, pick up my phone and start checking social media. That's not a good thing to do. And let me tell you why. And you should already know this because I've told you all. A Skeletor fan said, my ambition is shot. I need the stream queen. Okay. Here's the reason you shouldn't just pop up out of the bed and start checking your social media. Because remember what I told you about manifestation. And meditation. When you wake up in the morning and you meditate for a few minutes before you rise and start doing other things, that's a good time to manifest because then you're in the theta brainwave. And in the theta brainwave state, you're relaxing. And so when you're relaxed, it's easier for you to manifest and meditate because you can focus on your intentions. But if you just start immediately scrolling through social media as soon as you open your eyes and you're looking for what's going on or how many views you got or what somebody else is talking about and all of that, well, that's not always good because now you're taking yourself out of theta and hopping into beta, which is where you're busy. The mind is wandering. Okay. Now I know you all get up to watch the morning wake up call and that's all good. But before you do, make sure that before you get up and just start doing things, even hopping online to watch my videos, make sure you take at least 5 or 10 minutes to try to meditate quietly to yourself, give yourself some positive affirmations, positive self-talk, and then focus your intentions on things that you want. Imagine the things that you want flowing into your life, okay? Don't forget the power of manifestation. Now, in this digital age, our smartphones are often the first thing that we reach for in the morning. But starting our day with a flood of emails, social media notifications, and news updates can be overwhelming and also distracting. Unsuccessful people start their day reacting to other people's agendas rather than setting their own. Now, this habit can lead to a reactive mindset, hampering productivity and focus throughout the day. And remember, whatever you do first in the morning can absolutely set the tone for your entire day. That's why if somebody, let's just say, for example, if somebody calls me in the morning trying to, argue or whatever, this hasn't happened to me in years, but I used to have this ex that might be upset about something from the day before or whatever. And they want to call me in the morning trying to rehash or talk about it. I'm not going to talk to you in the morning. I'm not going to argue with you in the morning because now you're trying to disrupt my energy. And if you disrupt my energy this early in the day, then that can set the tone for the entire day. So keep those things in mind. Just remember to keep those things in mind. Now, with that all being said, it can be distracting. Unsuccessful people, excuse me, often start their day reacting to other people's agendas, and that habit can lead to a reactive mindset, hampering productivity. Instead, try starting your day with a calming activity that sets a positive tone for the day, and that would be meditation. That's very calming. That would be practicing your meditation and your visualization. Now, it could be also reading or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee. Delay checking your phone until you've at least had some time to wake up and set your intentions for the day. This small change can make a big difference in your daily productivity and overall peace of mind. The fifth thing they do is they absolutely neglect their physical health. Morning exercise isn't everyone's cup of coffee, I know, but that's okay. But completely neglecting physical health in the morning is a common habit among unsuccessful people. Now, a sedentary start to the day can lead to sluggishness. Okay, and by that I mean just sitting around, laying around. You should get up and get the blood flowing. Some people like to go jogging in the morning. Sometimes I like to get up early and go jog around the park or go walk the trail. Okay, sometimes I'll get up extra early and go to the gym at like 6 or maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. But at the end of the day, do something to stimulate the blood flow and get you feeling pumped up. Okay? Because it not only, if you're just sitting around, lying around, and you're not really doing anything, it can also not stagnate you physically, but also mentally. It can also contribute to long-term health issues. And here's the thing: if you're not able to go to the gym or get some exercise in the morning, such as before you go to work or whatever, what you could do is park your car when you get to work. Park your car a little bit farther from the building so that you're forced to walk. Okay, you have to walk a little distance. That's exercise. It doesn't have to be a lot, just be a little. So walking is good. Instead of taking the elevator, sometimes you can take the stairs. Okay, all these little things help. And I purposely do this sometimes, whether I've already exercised or not. Now, on the other hand, even a short bout of physical activity in the morning can do wonders for your health and mood. It can boost your energy levels, improve your mental clarity, and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. So whether it's a brisk walk, a quiet yoga session, or even some light stretching, try to incorporate some of the physical or some form of physical activity into your morning routine. Your body and mind will thank you for it. And the sixth thing is they start the day in isolation. Now, we all appreciate a little peace and quiet in the morning, but there's a difference between solitude and isolation. You see, unsuccessful people often start their day disconnected from others. They miss out on the power of connection and the positive impact that it can have on their day. Sharing your morning with a loved one, a friend, or even a pet, that can inject positive energy in your day. Remember, energy is contagious. Now, a heartfelt conversation or a shared laugh can set the tone for a day filled with positivity and happiness. What you should not be doing in the morning is interacting with negative people. I mean, of course, we have to walk past them. We may have to deal with them at work, but don't spend a lot of your time and energy on them, is all I'm saying. And if you're at a job where someone's negative, they always have something to say or whatever, then make sure you just distance yourself from them in the mornings until your day has gotten started. We're all social beings, and our interactions with others can shape our mood, attitude, and even our success throughout the day. So don't let your morning slip by in silence. Reach out, connect, and share a moment with someone. It could be the best part of your day. Another thing they do, which is so annoying to me, the seventh thing, is they focus on the negatives. And I get so annoyed, as I've told you a myriad of times, with people who seem to focus on the negatives, like these negative Nancys and these doubting Thomases and these people who just want to have a pity party and all of that. So this psychologist says, I'll be the first to admit that I've had my share of mornings where I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed. It's easy to let negative thoughts consume us, especially when we're faced with challenges or setbacks. Unsuccessful people often let these negative thoughts dictate their day. They dwell on the negatives and completely overlook the positives. And so, starting the day with a positive mindset is key to a successful day. So, instead of focusing on what could go wrong, turn your attention on what could go right. Celebrate your small wins and be grateful for what you have. By shifting your focus to positivity each morning, you set the foundation for a day filled with opportunities rather than obstacles. And another thing they do, the eighth thing, is they rush through their mornings. So, have you ever had one of those mornings where you're constantly racing against the clock? It's not the most pleasant way to start the day. Unsuccessful people often rush through their mornings. They're always in a hurry, which can lead to stress and anxiety, trust me. Now, contrary to this, taking time to ease into your day can greatly impact your mood and productivity. A calm and relaxed morning routine can set a positive tone for the rest of your day. So instead of rushing through your day, try to slow down, enjoy your breakfast or your coffee, and take a moment to just breathe. This can make a world of difference, okay? This can make a world of difference. Now, I'll tell you that at the end of the day, I'm late in the mornings. Like I said, usually about 10 to 15 minutes because I'm always gathering receipts. Sometimes things come up or whatever. But sometimes I used to just rush and try to hop on the live because I don't want to have you all waiting. But the more I rushed, the more stress and anxiety I would feel. So one day I was like, okay, I'm already late. Okay. They don't mind waiting a few more minutes. I just have to make it worth their while with the information I present. So I just started relaxing and just staying calm and taking my time. Now, I know you all may say, wait a minute, Queen, you have us sitting there waiting while you're taking your time. Yes, I do. Because if I take my time, I'm able to give you the information in a more relaxed frame of mind. And I'm able to not stress myself out and be all antsy when I come on the live. Okay? So don't complain when the Queen is late because trust me, I'm doing it for my own health and well-being. Please pay attention. All right. And so that all being said, instead of rushing through the morning, try to slow down, enjoy your breakfast and coffee, and that'll make a world of difference. The next thing they do, they avoid learning and growth. Now, one of the most detrimental habits that unsuccessful people possess is avoiding opportunities for learning and growth in the morning. Whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, or even catching up on industry news, successful people understand that the power of knowledge and personal growth, they understand how important that is and how beneficial it is. And so they make time for it in their mornings. Now, for those of you who tune in to my morning wake-up call, shout out to you because that's exactly what you're doing. You're making room, okay, for yourself to be. This is a step towards success because you're getting information, you're doing something productive. When you're listening to new information, you're learning something. Because I try to give, even though I'm presenting information or whatever about sometimes trending topics and things like that, I still try to do it in a way to where you can learn something at the same time. Okay, so this fosters a mindset of continuous growth and improvement. Okay, it's all I'm saying. Now, this can be a game changer in your journey towards success. Okay, you integrate learning in your morning routine. When you do this, you're not only equipping yourself with new knowledge and insights, but fostering that continuous mindset of growth. And that's what we all should be doing. That's how you evolve. And so, in my final thoughts, the essence of success, more often than not, lies in the mundane. It isn't about grand gestures or monumental decisions. It's about daily habits and those seemingly insignificant actions that we repeat day after day. Our mornings especially hold the potential to set the tone for the rest of our day. And it's in these hours where unsuccessful people often falter, succumbing to habits that hinder them rather than helping them. So whether it's hitting the snooze button, skipping breakfast, or diving headfirst into a digital whirlwind, these actions might seem trivial in isolation, but compounded over time, they can significantly impact your productivity, happiness, and ultimately your success. So, as you deflect or as you reflect on these habits, ask yourself, are my morning routines serving or sabotaging my success? Remember, every new day brings with it a fresh opportunity to make better choices, to embrace habits that uplift rather than undermine. And in doing so, inch closer to the success that we all should be striving for. All right? So, does anyone have any questions? Timber Dan says, that's so true. I really faced that this week, focusing on gratitude and what I have, not what I don't have or what I fear. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so with that all being said, Skeletor Fan says, I did the TMS therapy sessions for 6 to 7 weeks, Queen. It's called transcranial magnetic stimulation, and it has helped me immensely with my depression. Wow, that sounds good. Let me write that down. I'll have to look into it. Transcranial magnetic stimulation. That sounds interesting. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, or we're going to get into the trivia. All right, thanks for sharing that, beloved. TMS therapy sessions. I love it. Hey, Myth King the Dean. All right, so everyone get ready. I'm going to ask a question, and these questions pertain to the videos that I've done on this channel earlier this week, okay? So I'm going to ask a question. You have 30 seconds to get the answers in, and the first one who gets the correct answer in the allotted amount of time wins a free ebook. Desmond says, thanks for the inspiration. You're welcome, beloved. Okay? All right, so with that all been said, let's get into it. Now, these questions are fairly easy, okay? They're fairly easy. If you paid attention to the broadcast, you shouldn't have a problem. So let's get ready. The first question, let me put my stopwatch, pull that up. All right. So here is the first question. Okay, so earlier this week, I talked about 10 things to say no to in order for you to get ahead. And one of the things that I talked about was how delaying tasks can often result in missed opportunities and added stress. Now, when we do this, it is a result of what? When we delay tasks and it results in missed opportunities and added stress. What does this result in? What are we in fact engaging in when we do this? You got 30 seconds. What is the word for what I told you that's called when you delay tasks and things? When you put off for today, or put off for tomorrow what you could have done today. 15 seconds left. No answers in the chat. Thanks, Des. Don't forget the answers are supposed to be sent to the root of all evil 227@gmail.com. Okay, time is up on that question. Let me see if anyone got the correct answer. Okay, I don't see anyone's answer. I'm going to wait a few seconds. About 5 more seconds to see if any answers come in late. Okay, so nobody got that answer. The answer that I was looking for is procrastination. When you put off for tomorrow what you could do today. And I literally just talked about it in this broadcast. I mentioned procrastination. That's something unsuccessful people do when they keep hitting that snooze button. They're procrastinating. They don't want to just go ahead and get up. They want to just sit there and keep putting it off and putting it off. Okay, so moving right along to the next question. Now, we had a live earlier this week about manifestation. And manifestation is the process of making your dreams a reality. Okay, and this is done through your thoughts and your feelings and beliefs and actions. Now, what is the process of creating mental images of what you want in your life? What is that process called? What is the process? And this works along combined with manifestation. What is the process called where you create dreams, where you create visual images of what you want? 30 seconds. Now that one's too easy. The root of all evil 227 at gmail.com. Desmond has the email in the chat. No answers in the chat. I gave you all a few extra seconds. Now you have 5 seconds left. Okay, we have a winner. Alice is the winner, and the answer that I was looking for is visualization. Okay, visualization. All right, congratulations, Alice. Let me send you your ebook. Okay, your ebook is on the way. Now, let's move on. Nessie said she's driving. That's okay, beloved. Okay, so with that all been said, moving to the third question. Now, earlier this week, I did a video about prayer. Okay? And when I was talking about this, I said, prayer is a present state of blank. What is prayer a present state of? Or at least it should be. You should be in a state of what when you're praying? Not just asking God for things, but what present state should you be in when you pray? 30 seconds on the clock. And what I think I may start doing at some point is having pop trivia. You know, like in school, you would take a pop quiz. Like we could be having a broadcast and just out of the blue, I may just pop up and ask a question or two, and then to see if somebody gets it. And then that person can win a free ebook. Okay, you got 5 seconds left. Time is up. No one got the answer. Y'all are really doing bad. Okay. The answer is gratitude. Okay, that's the answer I was looking for. Miss T Infinite, you got the right answer, but beloved, you can't put answers in the chat. Okay, no answers in the chat. They have to be sent to the email, because if people were putting answers in the chat, I wouldn't be able to see who put it in first. So you have to send your answers to the email so I can monitor it. Okay. With that all being said, moving right along to the last question. All right. Dan says, speaking of prayer, there's this great saying that says, prayer is the key to heaven, but faith unlocks the door. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one, Dan. Desmond, I know you sent it, but you sent it after the fact. You sent it after the fact, beloved. Okay, time had already run out. Brown John says, Queen, I haven't caught a live in mad long. Miss you and love you. And I love you right, Black, beloved. Now, Brown John, please double check and make sure that you're still subscribed to the channels, because, beloved, you know ScrewTube will unsubscribe people, and that's the reason people miss the lives, because they don't get the notifications or anything, okay? But I'm going to be working on fixing that for you guys, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the old method that I used to have, where you all could text the word royals to a number, and then I send you the links to the lives, okay? That's what I'm going to have to go back to, because ScrewTube be playing too much. All right, so the last question is, in a broadcast, when I talked about prayer and gratitude and being in a present state of gratitude when you pray, I also talked about AAA. Does anyone remember what AAA stood for? The AAA method that I told you all about. The question is, what do the 3 A's in the AAA method stand for? You have 30 seconds. Clock starts now. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds left, beloveds. Okay, time is up. Nobody got that one. That was so easy. AAA. How many of you remember me discussing the AAA method? One's in the chat. Desmond said, I'm appalled. Okay, so how many of you remember me discussing the triple A method in the live where I talked about being in a present state of gratitude when you pray? Amir said, awesome, awesome, awesome. So the triple A, the words are appreciate, acknowledge, and allow. So you must first acknowledge the things that you have. Okay, acknowledge what you have, not what you don't have. You see, when you acknowledge what you have, that's showing gratitude. But when you focus on what you don't have, that's keeping things out of your life. That's not allowing things to flow freely to you, because the universe reads our thoughts, because our thoughts are electromagnetic energy, and our thoughts, travel into the universe, and the universe takes things literally. That's why I always tell you, don't focus on negative things or what you don't have, because if you're doing so, you'll continue to have less of it. Okay, less of what you want. You have to focus on what you do want. So you have to acknowledge what you have, not what you don't have. Ignore what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. Acknowledge that. And then you have to appreciate what you have. That's the second A. Acknowledge what you have, not what you don't have. Appreciate what you have. And then the last one is allow. You have to allow new things to come into your life. Okay? New things to come into your life. All right. So Melon A said, I missed that live. I got to catch up on my studies. Okay, beloved. And then Alice says, say that again. Don't see it in my notes. It's acknowledge what you have, not what you don't, and then appreciate what you have. And then allow new things to flow into your life. Okay. So that's how you create something else that starts with the letter A. It's called abundance. Okay. That's how you create abundance. And the Most High wants us to live life more abundantly. The Most High wants us to have the things that we need and that we want. And you do that by creating your reality, but you have to be fixated on the positive things and fixated on the things that you want, and the things, and also appreciative and acknowledging the things that you have. All right. So with that all being said, I hope you all enjoyed this broadcast, because I did. All right. So everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't purchased a membership, don't forget that the memberships start off at $2.99, and they go all the way up to $49.99. Now, for those of you on the higher frequency memberships, your masterclass is coming. Okay, your masterclass is coming. If I don't post it today, I'll definitely post it tomorrow, early tomorrow. Okay, I promise it's coming. Now, also, I'm going to be live on the main channel and the backup channel shortly. Okay, I'm going to be posting the links for those lives, so you don't want to miss them. All right, so with that all been said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.